With Super Bowl 52 a week and a half ago being in the books, the 2017 season has finally come to a close. Now, let's talk about how we can bring the Lombardi back to Steelers country. First and foremost, if you happen to be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan who lives not too far from Heinz Field and can get in contact with the front office, I want you to do me a favor. Go to Home Depot. Go into the doorbell section. I don't care if you have to clear every single credit card that you have or clear your debit card. I want you to buy every single doorbell or every bell they have on sale. Buy it out, put them all in a wheelbarrow, carry it over to the front office of the Pittsburgh Steelers and dump it on the table because they need to understand we need to re-sign Le'Veon Bell. All right, that's first and foremost. If we want to get to the Super Bowl or make a run in the postseason, we need to make sure Le'Veon Bell is under contract. I don't know how much money this man is going to ask for. If you want $17 million a year, I don't care. Get the deal done. Bottom line, all right, we cannot allow this man to go and walk. We have ourselves a Super Bowl ready offense. We cannot mess that up. Number two, Martavis Bryant. In the middle of the season, this man was talking about, I think I want to take my talents elsewhere. If they're not going to be giving me the ball, why should I be here? And then later at the end of the season, he's talking about, I'd love to come back to Pittsburgh. Well, first and foremost, you cost yourself an opportunity to get a big time contract, all right? So we're gonna lowball you, okay? We're gonna throw whatever dollars in front of your face, and if you don't want to take it, feel free to watch footage from Plaxico Burress, watch footage from Emmanuel Sanders, watch footage from Mike Wallace. People who got big heads, expected big time contracts, they ended up going elsewhere. All right, now in the case of Plaxico Burress and Emmanuel Sanders, they got themselves an opportunity to lift up the Lombardi Trophy. But look at Plaxico Burress, how his career ended. If he happened to be a Steeler, he's probably hoisting 2 Lombardis. Look at Emmanuel Sanders. He doesn't even want to be in Denver anymore. All right, that's more of, they don't got themselves a quarterback. He stayed in Pittsburgh. You got yourself a quarterback. You don't have to worry about, oh man, we don't got Manning no more. We got Osweiler. Who's that? We got Simeon. Who's that? Paxton Lynch. Is he healthy? So, if you want to walk Martavis Bryant, feel free to go and walk, all right? I'm not sure if your dreadlock powers are going to work elsewhere outside of the Bumblebee, Killer Bees, Pittsburgh Steelers, Heinz Field. If you go on somewhere else, good luck in your future endeavors. But if you want to be smart, re-sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sign on the dotted line. Now, as for the offensive coordinator, we gave the big boot like Test, like Kane, like Undertaker to Todd Haley, got him the hell up out of there. Now, there's a lot of people who would talk about, well, under Todd Haley, for the 6 years that he was employed by the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Steelers ended, top 10 in offense every single year. Well, that happened in spite of Todd Haley. That had little to do with him. That had everything to do with the greatness of Ben Roethlisberger, the greatness of the emergence of Antonio Brown up until what was it, 2011? He had those small resurgence there. 2012 was down year. 2013, he became Antonio Brown. Le'Veon Bell being the best running back in the game. Offensive line putting the stuff together. More credit to Munchak, offensive line coach at the time, getting everything done. We got ourselves Tomlin getting the offense ready, drafted great picks, all that other stuff. So there's a lot of factors that was taken into account. But let's just look at this season. First game of the year against Cleveland, we only put up 21 points. Then 2 weeks later, we play against Chicago. We drop the ball. We lose in overtime. We only put up, 17 points. 2 weeks later, we played against Jacksonville, only 9 points. Then 2 weeks after that, who do we play against? Indianapolis. We dropped the ball there. When we played against, there was another team out there, Detroit. We didn't play well against them. We couldn't score in the red zone in the first half of the season. Then when we get into the playoffs, we play against Jacksonville. Yes, we put up 42 points. But what happened with the play calls? We scored 3 times on 4th down. Might I add, there was 2 4th down calls that ended up being a turnover on downs because of terrible play calls. All right, we won and put up points, put up yardage in spite of Todd Haley. He had little to do with that. I'm happy he's gone now. We're bringing in Randy Fichtner, who's going to take over as the OC. And the thing that I do like what they said about him coming in, they're not really changing the playbook. But first and foremost, one of the biggest plays that need to stay inside the playbook is that shovel pass. That needs to stay there. I want to see it ran every time we're inside of the 5-yard line. Matter of fact, 3rd downs, second and short. Between 2nd and 3rd, 2nd and 3, between them, then and 2nd and 6, we need to run that damn shovel pass. It is phenomenal. I love the way that it's executed. I don't think we've ever got negative yardage anytime that we ran it throughout this past season. All right, keep that in the playbook. Now, defensively, our linebackers are basura. Terrible, okay? Especially inside now that we lost Ryan Shazier. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to play next season, I hope that he takes the whole year off, gets his opportunity to get his legs back, get his health in order. But then Vince Williams, you got to step that tackling up. All right, you got to step the tackling up. And whoever else was in there, whether it was Spence, Basura was playing bad. Ford, Basura was playing bad. We can't have those guys in there trying to tackle the way they were tackling. Outside linebackers, we're great when we're rushing the passer, but we can't stop the run worth a spit. Our defensive line, phenomenal rushing the passes, but we can't stop the run. We need to fix our front seven when it comes to stopping the run. That's number 2 on the off-season list. All right, for defense, that's number 1. We have to be able to stop the run. We'll talk about the pass and get to the secondary later, but our defensive line, phenomenal penetration. We led the league in sacks, but we could not stop the run. It was our Achilles heel every single game. All right? We got to be able to stop the run. Now, when we're talking about pass coverage, our linebackers got to be able to cover. We got to get some more linebacking, out there doing some coverage. Show some footage of Jack Ham out there, all right? Show it to TJ Watt. Show it to Bud Dupree. We can't just have you guys, fingers in the dirt, standing on the edge, being a one-sided player. You guys got to be able to cover. If you got yourself a slot receiver coming out there, if you got a running back running the flare route, you got to be able to cover that. Now, let's talk about our safeties. Mike Mitchell, it's time for you to go, buddy. It is time for you to go. I understand this lurk game where you can lurk yourself over to the unemployment line and get the hell out of there because you can't cover at all right? You couldn't cover a twin-size bed with a king-size mattress cover. It's time for you to go, all right? Time for you to go. Sean Davis, you played well last season, but you got to get your head out of your ass, okay? No personal foul calls. We can't have that happening. All right, you got to play smart. Got to play smart situational football. Artie Burns, stop getting burned. You need to change your last name. All right, change your name to Artie Covers. Maybe you might start playing better, okay? This whole stance that you're doing where you're barely, crouching down, you got no sort of backpedaling ability, you need to change that, okay? You're from Florida. Deion Sanders is from Texas, but he lives in Texas, but he's from Florida. He's always in Florida. Reach out to him. Call him. Get some covering ability, okay? Joe Hayden, phenomenal year, okay? We just got to make sure that you stay healthy moving forward, okay? But maybe you can help out Artie Burns. Artie Burns was, I'm going to be training with Antonio Brown. We're going to be, out here covering everybody. And that wasn't the case, okay? We can't have that happening. Now, our secondary, ever since, I think it was LeBeau's last 2 years, our secondary has been hot garbage ever since. We have to do better. Okay, Keith Butler, this is on you this season. We can't continue to have the same problem. Oh, there's questions about the secondary. There's questions about the secondary. Can they cover people one-on-one? Can they run man defense? We can't have these questions every single time we go in late into the season. Okay? We got to fix our secondary. We need our secondary not to look like they went to secondary school for coverage. Okay? We got to make sure like they look like they went to first-dairy school. It's not a goddamn word, but we went to first-dairy school. Okay? Your guys went to prestigious colleges. You got scholarships for your education. This is awkward. There's usually no cuts in this, but evidently my camera died and I went on to pontificate, prognosticate for another 10 minutes and I don't remember what it is that I said, but I was talking about the goddamn defensive back playing like absolute garbage. We need to fix the way that we cover. Now on to special teams. Our kicking game is already efficient, so we don't need to worry about that. Our punting game with Barry, it's all right for what it is. He can get better. I'm not too worried about him, but we got to be able to block punts, block kicks, field balls inside the 20 every single time, all right? What we need to do on special teams is watch footage of the 2000s Ravens. We got to get ourselves an Ed Reed on our special teams who's able to go out there and block punts, go out there and block kicks, field people after they call for the goddamn return, hit them as soon as they touch the ball, stop them every time they return a kickoff inside the 25. We need to get somebody on our special teams, whether we can get ourselves, or what was it for the Chargers back in the mid-2000s, Osgood. Get somebody like that. Right now, perennial Pro Bowler in New England. Get somebody like a Slater. Maybe Hayward Bay. Maybe that can be you. Maybe you could be the perennial All-Pro, Pro Bowler for special teams every single year. We need somebody on special teams to come through and get us the ball back, get us in great field goal, field position. Whatever the case may have been, we have to make sure on special teams we are good. And we have to get ourselves the return game back to what it used to be. be, all right? Because in the beginning of the 2010s, Antonio Brown was at the top of the league darn near every single year when it came to returning kicks, returning punts, whatever it was. He was over there getting yards, getting into the end zone. So we need to make sure we can bring that back so we can dominate on all three aspects of the game. And finally, before I end up getting the hell up out of here, Mike Tomlin. For Mike Tomlin, a lot of people have been calling for this man's head. Let me help you understand something, a little bit of history over here. Bill Cowher didn't win his first Super Bowl up until 2005. He got employed in 1992. All right? That's quite some time. 13, 14 years, okay? 13, 14 years, 13, 14 seasons it took for this man to finally hoist the Lombardi. It is a process. Mike Tomlin already hoisted the Lombardi. Oh, it was with Bill Cowher's team. He hasn't done it with his own team. Well, whatever the case may have been, he did whatever the hell it is that he had to do, okay? With Bill Cowher, it took some time. If we kicked him to the curb as quick as you guys' temper is, how the hell do we even get one for the thumb? Do we get one for the thumb? More importantly, if you did kick Tomlin to the curb, who's his replacement? Please enlighten me. Who's going to replace him? What, you going to call up Michigan? Hey, let's get Jim Harbaugh on the phone. Let's hire him. Would you like to come to Pittsburgh? I'm not dealing with none of that. I want a guy who's familiar, who understands the system and can get stuff done. Yes, I understand he's done some ridiculous, stupid things. I understand. I am frustrated as well. We can criticize all day, but calling for the man to just lose his job immediately after every single season, what the hell do we look like as fans? We've got to be smarter, okay? With Chuck Noll, let's just look. He came in 69, all right? If we was calling for him to lose his job the same way we calling for Mike Tomlin, do we even have the steel curtain? Okay, 72, they had the Immaculate Reception. 73, lost to Miami or Oakland, whatever the case, whoever we lost to. Then we went on to win those 4 out of 6. What happened after 79? Absolute garbage, okay? We had a couple of good teams in the 80s, but we didn't do anything. We didn't win any Lombardis. Then he ended up gone in 91. Cowher comes in. We go to a Super Bowl. We lose. We go to 3 different AFC championships. We lose. If we kick them to the curb, do we even have the stability as the Pittsburgh Steelers that we had since 1969 when we've only had 3 different coaches? Okay? So stick the course. I know it's hard, but you got to stick the course. And I truly believe this team will host up a Lombardi at least 1 point in the next 3 years. Hopefully, it's next year and the year after that and the year after that and the year after that until Big Ben retires and whoever the hell his backup is, we win the Lombardi after that, the Lombardi after that, the Lombardi after that, because I don't want to see us lose in the postseason ever again, goddammit. Put your motherfucking hands up in here. We need to be able to go and get Lombardi number 7 and bring it back to Steelers country. Steelers on 3, win on 6. 1, 2, 3. Steelers 4, 5, 6. Win. Come on, man. God damn it. I got football withdrawal. Don't you? I am upset right now. She.